Hey there guys, what is going on? It is Gil right here, back on 59 Mobile, and we are here with another video for you guys. And today we have Granblue Fantasy and the current collaboration going on in the game with Final Fantasy 11. Yes, this is a collaboration that came kind of left field. We knew that there was going to be a collaboration with a Final Fantasy title. I wasn't expecting 11, and honestly it's even worse for me because Final Fantasy 11 is probably the only Final Fantasy I actually haven't played. So I'm going to be going into this completely blind. I do not know what characters are available or not. I do not know the characters that are available as well, who they are in terms of their backstory or anything. So this is going to be completely fresh for me. Now, if you guys go on to enjoy this video, of course, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Of course, we greatly appreciate it. And one thing I want to mention before we get into this video is that there's going to be no summons, because for those of you who don't know, Granblue Fantasy, the way they handle their collaborations is that all characters are free. Yep, it's literally what it says. You do not have to summon for any of the collab characters. They're all free. They're all somewhat usable as well. I mean, if you go onto the tier list and you look back at some of the collaboration characters from like Demon Slayer and stuff, they're all relatively usable. They're of course not on the level of some of the limited characters and some of the high tier characters, but they're very usable nonetheless. And honestly, I still use some of them to this day, even in terms of the Demon Slayer characters specifically. There's one with, I think there's Code Geass as well, and there's a couple of other shows and series that have collaborated with Granblue Fantasy. So yeah, let's get into the story now. There is an event called Mirage Minstrel, and this is the Final Fantasy 11 event. I haven't touched it or anything. This is going to be my first time looking at it, seeing who's available, who's not available. And okay, we've discovered Bestia Island, all right, or Bestia Island, depending on how you pronounce it. And we've also discovered Idelva Kingdom, Grows Island. Okay, perfect. Again, I have no idea on anything of the Final Fantasy 11 lore, quite honestly speaking. I have absolutely no clue. I have no idea why it's taken me here. I'm very confused, I'm not gonna lie. Let me just click that instead. All right, please select the race of your character that adventure throughout Vana'diel. Oh, interesting. I actually I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit confused here, so I'm gonna just quickly Google this. Again, this is the problem of me not knowing anything. Okay, it is the world that's set in Final Fantasy 11. I have no idea about this. Again, this is something that's really cool for players who have actually played the Final Fantasy 11 game. Of course, because Final Fantasy 11, for those of you who don't know, was an online game, kind of like 14 was, right? I'm just gonna go Hume and go from there. Final Fantasy 11 is an MMORPG in which adventurers explore the world of Vana'diel. To further immerse players in this world, special event settings will remove voice lines and add special effects when scrolling through dialogue text. You know what? Sure. Let's see what happens here. I have no idea. I'm gonna go with voice lines, of course, even though I can't hear it right now at the moment. It's still kind of cool that they have gone to this extent. I don't even remember them doing this ever, to be quite honest. I could be forgetting it, quite honestly speaking, but this is kind of cool, I must admit. Very, very nice. I really like it. In a serene paradoxical land that inhabits another dimension, a solitary girl fights back her drowsiness. Yawn, I can barely stay awake. It's so boring when no one comes to play. She grumbles about her overabundance of free time, staring up absent-mindedly at a towering wall. It's to be expected, considering this land, known as the Imperial Paradox, has a population of exactly one. That's rough, bro. That is rough. Again, like I said, the story, I assume, is going to involve information from the Final Fantasy 11 game, and I assume it means that there's going to be something like, there's going to be a travel between portals and dimensions and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, you can see that this character is going to take a peek apparently, and then she's going to get pushed into a portal or something like that. A crystal is definitely not mine. And then yeah, the world starts to bend. Of course, the natural way of getting from one world to another. I mean, it's not surprising. This is going to be the way a lot of collaborations happen from game to game. I still remember when this is a bit off topic from Granblue Fantasy, but I remember when Danmachi had their collaboration with Attack on Titan, and I was just like, bro, how does that even work? I don't know. I actually had no idea how they managed to get it to work. It kind of worked, but the story was still bad. But again, that's the beauty of it. Collaboration stories can be either brilliant or they can be really, really bad. And honestly, more often than not, It is the latter. It is genuinely the latter. All right, let's look at this. As a distant world faces looming doom, it beckons fated souls from horizons unknown. The lone warrior of a war against a god. The defender of dual futures bound to a darkened tomorrow. A time traveler seeking to alter her world's end. If any hope of averting ruin yet exists, it may lie in these travelers. Okay, so Preesh is the event character, and we have to only clear chapter 1 episode 3 to have her join our crew. Lilith is clearing chapter 3 episode 4, and then we got new weapons and a summon in Shantoto second and Kraken Club. And these are ones you can obviously max out as well, and you can uncap them through raids and nightmare quests, which is cool. And there's special quests as well, which is great. All right, brilliant. I think this is really cool. So far, so good. It is pretty much just how any Granblue Fantasy event goes. When it comes to me personally, when I play Granblue Fantasy, I'm very much off hands with this game. It's not my main go-to game. I think this is probably the lowest when it comes to my gacha priority. For those of you who don't know, my main gachas currently are Genshin, Dokkan, FGO, Danmachi, and that's it. Those are the 4 main ones. Granblue Fantasy comes last pretty much to those. I still play it regularly. I log in here and there. Very inconsistently though, I must admit. But this is of course Cygames' baby. For those of you who have played Uma Musume, Princess Connect, Dragalia Lost, this is where it all started for Cygames in Granblue Fantasy, and what pushed them into, you know, superstardom effectively in the gacha community, right? Very, very fun game for sure. For those of you who don't know what Granblue Fantasy is, you've got the likes of Guild Wars, you've got raids, you've got a lot of like story quests and stuff. An event comes out every so often. There's a lot of free summons as well. Very much a Cygames game. Of course, when it comes to actually pulling the character you want, it is still a little bit of a struggle because of how the rates are and stuff. Of course, that's my main character, Rhea. I've named her that, of course. Let's skip through this and let's get into the gameplay itself. So it does seem very basic. You've got 2 free characters, 1 free summon and 1 free weapon. Really, really well done there, as per usual. A lot of it is just going to be story for the most part, as you guys can tell already. I think if we were to skip through the story right now and we would get to the third part of this event, we got the trophy. Fantastic. Trophies are just basically stuff for you to showcase as a title and or get more currency effectively. Pretty much it. All right, this is where we should be getting our unit, if I'm not mistaken. Preesh, I didn't see what typing she was. I think she was dark, right, if I'm not mistaken, which, I mean, I don't think I necessarily need a lot of dark units, to be quite honest. My dark side is pretty decent, if I recall correctly. My dark team, we were faced into a battle. I think this might be a team that they give us, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I'm ready, bro. Give it to me. Let us get into it. All right. But yeah, I think for the most part, this is a this will be a team that they give you pretty much, and they regularly do this. Oh, never mind. Preesh is a light unit. Oops. I may or may not have misjudged it immediately. All right, let's just go for the attack and see what happens here. I think we'll do enough damage. Yeah, we'll do enough damage. All right, beautiful. This is practically a warm-up. Yep, it definitely is. All right, let's see. Let's increase our attack, restore. No need for that. Big boost to allies defense, mirror image effect. Let's go with that. It is very old school, the game. I will admit the game is very, very, very old school in that, you know, there's no auto, there's no 2 times necessarily, and a lot of it is done manually, and in that regards it can be a little bit daunting for a lot of players. Again, it is got that old school vibes, and the fact is it's a web browser game. Currently I'm using Cygames' own browser to play the game, Skyleap. It's very, very easy to download, and it's probably the fastest way to play the game, in all honesty, if you're not in Japan itself, because the app itself was really, really slow. I remember playing it back in the day on the app, and it was not fun. You can also play it on your web browser, which is great. I mean, I'm kind of giving this as a video, sort of like telling you guys what Granblue Fantasy is, as well as what the collaboration is like, but the best way to start is by talking about what the game is. And Granblue Fantasy, in all honesty, is a really, really fun game, especially if you're willing to dedicate yourself to it. It's really, really good, and I guess that's where we get the exclusive character Preesh. Let's go. Very nice. All right, again, I don't necessarily think I need a light unit, to be quite honest, but let's keep going. I think we can get all the way to chapter 3.4 and get Lisliet or Lisilet. Again, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know her name. I have no idea of her name. Let's go 50 crystals. We'll take it. We take it. what's her name again? Let me see. How do I see it? How do I see this? What is this? Does it tell us? Yep. Lilith. I was thinking it was Lisilat, which is wrong, completely wrong. But yeah, I will admit, I do think this was probably the worst game they could have gone for. Not a lot of people remember Final Fantasy 11, especially because it was an online game out of its time, of course, right? I mean, of course, it was an MMORPG back in the day, and a lot of people still played an MMORPG. I may or may not have reloaded that page by mistakenly. But a lot of people used to play RPGs, but it never had the growth and the expansiveness that Final Fantasy 14 had. And on top of that, if you just look at the other titles in and around it at the time in terms of MMORPGs, it just wasn't there. And bringing a Final Fantasy into the online genre at the time was, in my opinion, I was just bamboozled by it. Honestly, I was just so confused as a child, looking at it and being like, wait, why is it online? Why is it not like, just like how all the other games were, like Final Fantasy 10 at the time, Final Fantasy 9, and so on and so forth. So for me, it was just mind-boggling. That being said, I'm very curious. I mean, I'll probably read the story in my spare time. I definitely will, because why not? Why wouldn't you? I mean, that's what I do for all of these games, is I at least read the stories. Even if I may have missed the entirety of the event and grinding out the entire event, I still read the story, because the stories, for the most part, in games like these, FGO, Danmachi, and all, are what carry the game for the most part for a lot of players, the lore. So I'm definitely going to read the story, and hey, if it interests me, I might actually go out of my way and see if I can I mean, I actually don't even know. Somebody in the comment section might have to tell me, in all honesty, can you still play Final Fantasy 11? I have no idea if you can or not play Final Fantasy 11, because for a lot of people, especially now that they have Final Fantasy 14, why would they keep Final Fantasy 11 up, is my thought process. Now, it could be that they may have an offline version of Final Fantasy 11, which would be kind of nice. I think that would be really, really cool if they do have one. It would be sick, because at a point, I think that should be what happens inevitably, is like, oh, if the game's over and everything is done and over with, like the online servers are down, you've moved on to the next step of an online game, maybe you should possibly make the old online game accessible to everybody for a price, of course. Say like $60, just the price of a normal game, or like $40, and that's how you can bring in players who never get the opportunity to play the online game to play that. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that's probably not a good idea. You guys will probably say why it's not a good idea, but hey, it's just something that I thought in my head was a cool idea. I mean, I have no idea if it is or it isn't, to be quite honest. All right, let's see. We got Lily set, of course, right there. This is now, I think, wait, did we get her or not? I saw we did get her, unless I was, yeah, no, we did get her. This is chapter 4 now. I think there's only 4 chapters usually in a game. Usually in the story, if I recall correctly. I think we should be getting to the raids right now, or we should be able to access the nightmare quests and the raids and stuff. Okay, we're getting into a final battle, I assume. I assume this has to be the final battle. Chantaro's puppet. All right, let's see. Again, this is the problem of not reading the story, of course, is like I have no idea what's going on in terms of the game. But hey, oh, you know what? This is how we do it. We can't, of course, do any summons right now, because during this quest we can't have him. Let's just go for the normal attack and see what happens here. We do have 2 charges. This is basically the form of raid, basically, just that we don't have anybody to raid with in this form right now. So let's just keep going. I think I have a relatively decent light team that I've upgraded, if I'm not mistaken, so it should be fine. I love how they tell you about the damage cut as well. I'm gonna also go for the small boost to all parties defense, just to make sure we do not die for the most part. I think we should be fine. We should be fine. We aren't even in her overdrive mode yet, so yeah, okay, we are more than fine. So little damage. So little damage. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's keep going. Nothing else to worry about. We can keep going. Yeah, we're in... the fact that she's not in overdrive... she really didn't make a triple attack? Really? Really? Come on now, mate. Alright. Alright, let's see what happens here. It seems I'm still being too nice. Unleash Doom for all. Uh-oh. What's happening? Oh, she went into overdrive nonetheless. Uh-oh. This ain't good. This isn't... well, actually, no, it is fine. That's fine. I thought it was going to be much worse. Alright, let's settle this in one blow, apparently. Light damage to one foe and remove the buff. Okay, we'll remove her buff. And, okay. I guess we'll just straight up kill. I guess that was easy. That was very easy. I mean, the thing is, for quests like these, the story quests, they make you just, it's baby mode. It really is baby mode. It is not difficult whatsoever, and you can pretty much clear it very, very quickly, very, very easily. All right, we got into 4.5. A magic puppet lets out a final cry. I assume this is gonna be the final battle. I think again. Funnily enough, because this is the first time I'm doing it, I have no idea what we're doing. Oh, no, never mind. You got the free from the chains outfit. Very nice. Total loser. Thanks, game. I really appreciate it. All right, there we go. There's the raids and stuff. All right, so let's go and do that now. So we have the raids here. Let's go and start off with this raid. I want to try and do it. Let's see what must be done here. We can take a friend light unit. I'll take that person's. Let me see. This is my earth team. Where is my light team? That's dark. That's wind. That's not it. That's water. Is that light? Yeah, there's light. Let's go. All right, beautiful. I was about to say I have no idea where my units are. I was like, bro, I've got all these teams because I've got a team designated for fire, water, earth, because you need one for the raids, right? You need one of each type for the raids accordingly, and you can go from there. All right, let's request for backup. Let's see what everybody's doing, and let's just go. Let's go all in first. Let's get the attacks up and just go for it. I think we should be fine. I don't see a problem why this would be a problem. All my units are pretty much leveled up and everything, and we have some really strong units on this field right now, and we'll obviously do this, and let's go. I always love doing this. I may not be the most tactical person when it comes to playing Granblue Fantasy, but what I do know is that skills means good usually, and that you know, even if I may not be the best in terms of like using my skills when they should be used, I at least can do really well here when it comes to actually killing a player, even though I do not have anybody else with me in terms of backup, which is, I appreciate it. To be fair, actually no, it should be prime time for Japanese players right now. I think it is around 8:30 p.m. right now, if my math is right based on time zones. I think it is 8:30 p.m. in Japan right now, so I am surprised nobody's doing the event at this point in time. Either way, we should be fine. Let's see what happens here. We make the triple attack, which is very, very nice. Thank you, John, as well, making the triple attack. Very nice. We are in overdrive, though, which is unfortunate. Hey, let's go. Very good. That was very, very nice. Yeah, my light team, I feel, is a little bit on the weaker side. I feel like there's a lot of light units that are way better than what I have right now. Actually, to be fair, I might be on the lower difficulty. Everybody might be doing one of the higher difficulties. I think there should be a higher difficulty, if I'm not mistaken. We're only on very hard, right? So it makes sense that nobody's actually doing this version of the event. That being said, we're almost done. We got him out of overdrive. It's break. It can't use its special attack, and we will be able to defeat her here in this run. There we go. Easy clears. 4 turns to defeat it. But yeah, the raids are a really great way. You can join your guild and you can probably do raids with your guild members. It's really fun in that regards. You've got the likes of doing normal quests as well. You can just link up with other players as well. Okay, yeah, level 6, and some of them aren't even upgraded fully as well. All right, let's go back to special quests and see. So we got the renowned pendants and stuff. That's very nice. Let me see. Yeah, we have unlocked extreme now, and this is not an even match. Albeit I would say that probably is because of let's take a level 200 use. Why not? That probably is because of my last unit not being fully leveled up yet. I think I just pulled her at the time when I think I pulled her. When was this? I think it was during the free multis. When the free multis were around, that's when I pulled her, and I was like, okay, I haven't upgraded her since then, pretty much. I think I was working on some other team at that time, hence why that was happening. All right, let's go for it here. Let's do all of this, and let's just go all in. I'm really hoping somebody joins us. I'd greatly appreciate a fellow player. Oh, there we go. We did get a fellow player. Let's see how he does. I think they should be able to kill faster than I can. More often than not, I don't get enough points compared to these guys. They just do way more damage than I can. I mean, look at him. He's already at 4,700 points. Like, I'm at 10,600 points right now. Oh, damn. Okay, let's go. Very nice. We are shielded and aura coil. Very good. Let's see. Oh my god, look at this. Everybody's joining in because, oh my god, 50,000 points. I'm telling you, it's literally just this. Wait, how is he at 50,000 points and we haven't defeated him yet? Unless I'm okay. There we go. It finally loaded in the points. I feel bad for that hero guy who's coming at 0 points, bro. That's just too funny. That is actually just ridiculously funny. Let me see if there's one more difficulty we can do, and we'll try that out. We'll also try and see if we can do some of the quests, maybe the special quests that I just ignored for in favor for this particularly. Okay, no, there isn't. So it's pretty much just World's Torn straight up. All right, let's do this World's Torn event. And see if there's more difficulties on top of what we just experienced as well, because there has to be a nightmare mode, if I'm not mistaken, at the end as like every other event. So let's get into that and see what has to be done. All right, let's just do this in the meantime. I don't think this should be too difficult, so let's just try and finish this off as fast as we can. All right. And yeah, like I said, let me know in the comment section down below if you do play Granblue Fantasy. How are you finding the event? Did you like it? Did you like the story? How far have you grinded? Have you finished off the entire grind or anything? Because yeah, one thing I'm definitely going to be doing is I want to try and maximize and see if I can get the you know, summon as well as the weapon and max them out if possible, right? That's the minimum I need to be doing for this event, so that'll be the main focus. Considering it's a collaboration event. Obviously, the one thing that people should also know when it comes to Granblue Fantasy is that these events do go back into a certain thing where it's basically kind of like an archive, basically, which you can access to be able to do the events in the near future. Not necessarily immediately after the event ends, but in the near future they'll be put into the archive so that you can do it at any time you want. Go back and pick up some of these characters, because I think on this account specifically, I think I missed the Code Geass event, and if I'm not mistaken, you can go back and do the Code Geass event, which is really, really good in my opinion. I always find that really, really nice for them to have done that. It just allows you to you know, access events that you may have been unable to do because you might be busy, or you might have not been playing at the time, or something along those lines, right? I just think it's always a good thing. Let's attack here. Come on, chop chop, let's go. All right, double attack, let's go. Come on, let's see if we can finish it off here. I was really, really hoping I could have finished it off there, but we didn't. And 0 damage. Fantastic, absolutely brilliant, very nice, easy. Thank you, game. All right, we got some more rewards. Of course, if you want to farm up as much as you you know, the maximum amount, obviously doing the raids is the best way to go in my opinion. Obviously, this isn't necessarily a bad way to do it either, is doing the normal quest without the help of anybody else. You know, it doesn't, you know, make a huge difference realistically speaking as well. It's kind of like Dragalia Lost. The way I describe it is kind of like Dragalia Lost. You do want to do the raids more often than not, but doing the quests as well is kind of handy as well at the same time, because you do get some usage out of it for sure. So it's good to do both effectively in my opinion. It really is good to do both. All right, let's go focus on this now. I don't want to use all my skills. I want to save them up for the next run as well. And let's go. Let's attack him. There's heating. All right, double attack. Come on, give me a triple. I was hoping one of the other characters would give me a triple, that it wasn't John, because John is the only one clearly doing the triples. But you know, we move. All right. We move into the second phase now against the puppet, and let us see what happens here. But I don't know if I'm as hype. Again, like I said, I think it comes down to me not experiencing the game, unlike other players, right? But I do think that this is a good collaboration event nonetheless. You know, the fact that they managed to get Final Fantasy in to collaborate with them is really cool. I wish it was another Final Fantasy game, to be quite honest, not 11 per se, but hey, you know what? Anything counts, and I'm very, very happy that they've managed to get something like this in the game for sure. And the fact that it's another collaboration event is always nice. I love games that do collaboration events because it just makes it so much more unique. Seeing, you know, series that you'll never see maybe have a gacha game, or maybe it has a very poor gacha game. Seeing them be able to be played with or have characters in another game is always fun. It always really is fun. All right, come on, give me the counter. There we go. That's what we want to see. All right, let's go. Let's use this summon. I do not know why I have so many dark units in my summon set, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. As long as it gets the job done, I'll always say that it's fine. it really is fine. I don't think this will do too much damage either. I mean, we did get the charge bar up, so that means we can use our special now with my main character and John, which is great. All right, let's use that. Full draw shot didn't do as much as I was expecting to. I mean, 187k is not bad. It really isn't bad, but this will probably do a crazy amount. 280k, of course, and then the 2 bursts will probably finish it off, I think, because type advantage and everything. All right, there we go. Absolutely fantastic. Easy dubs. Now let's see if we have that nightmare mode, and then we'll probably wrap up with doing that nightmare mode, possibly. Possibly. Let's see. Because this has been a very long video. Okay, maniac. I think we'll probably stop there. I think because I don't want this video to be far too long. I just wanted to show you guys how the game exactly worked, as well as how the collaboration worked. Overall, I think I'm very happy with the way they've done this. I want to just check out the shop before we wrap up the stream. This is not a stream, video. Before we wrap up the video, all right, collaboration missions, clear missions to get SSR items. Okay, let's check out the sky scope first, I guess, and see what's up in here. All right, so you have to clear the special event a couple of times, and then character upgrade Lilith set, upgrade Iroha. Okay, summon this. All right, beautiful. Okay, basic rewards. All right, let's go back now. Let's go back to, I mean, I can just click the back button there. Alright, so the rest of the story will be added at 5 p.m. May 14th, so 4 more days from now. And let's go to the treasure here. Okay, so here's where you get the initial set. So you get Shantoto 2. You need 300 of that currency. The blue currency and the red currency is 100. And then we can already almost get enough for a Kraken Club. We can get a ticket as well, which I recommend doing that. You know, it's a free summon basically, as per usual. The shops are pretty decent. The shops are definitely very decent. I highly recommend you get through them, especially some of these stuff like the champion and supreme merits. Very handy for, you know, future events and stuff. So overall, very happy as per usual with the collaboration missions. They do a good job with it, and I am definitely very excited to finish off grinding and getting everything. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below if you are playing Granblue Fantasy. How are you finding the collaboration event? How are you doing in terms of the farm? And of course, if you are not playing Granblue Fantasy, how did you find the game based on what I showed you? Probably didn't show you enough of the game. Of course, I only focused on the collaboration event, but hey, hopefully I incentivize you guys in seeing some of the game possibly for yourselves, you know, looking back at some of the old stories and stuff like that. Because if I were to go over here, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think it should be in the side stories per se, but you can go back and play some of the old stories and stuff. Like, yeah, look, over here is some of the old stories and stuff. It doesn't show you everything. Yeah, like Love Live. I love how the Love Live one is right there as well. Code Geass is here and everything. Princess Connect Redive. So yeah, you guys can go back and play some of these amazing stories and stuff, even if you've just started the game. So yeah, anyways, I'm gonna leave you guys be. It's been Gale Riot, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Catch you guys next time. Bye bye.